Hi guys, it's Hani from Hani here, and today we're going to make fall/Thanksgiving inspired gnome cookies and also really cute mushroom cookies. To make the cookies, I used my cutout sugar cookie dough recipe. You can find this recipe on my blog, and I'm listing few recipes that you guys can check out in the description box under the video. So let's get started. First, let me show you a really fun trick on how you can make a mushroom shape with a cross and Easter egg cookie cutter. I used cutters from Wilton 101 cookie cutter set, and I'm going to talk about the tools that I used in this video later on in the video. And so you can see here, first you need to cut the cross, and then you can use egg to make the mushroom. I'm gonna start by spreading thin layer of, this is about 15 to 20 second consistency royal icing on the mushroom. Use food only paintbrush. And now to make the grills, you want to let the icing crust a little bit, maybe 5 minutes, and then you can use the brush to shape the icing. You see I'm shaping it inwards, and then let that crust for about 20 minutes, and then you can make the cap. To make the cap, I'm using 15-second consistency red royal icing here, and we're going to do wet on wet design, making polka dots. With a scribe tool or a toothpick, you can smooth the icing, and right after I'm just going to pipe different sizes of polka dots into the red layer, and then let that crust again, and then we can make the stem. For the stem, use about 20-second consistency white royal icing. I'm going to flood this, and after this we have to let the icing dry. Let it dry for about 8 hours. Just put your cookies on a flat tray and don't try to move them or shake them, or you can otherwise create hairlines. Once the icing dries, we can add some texture. So I'm using piping consistency royal icing here, brushing it on to the stem. This is going to create texture. And then for some color, I'm just adding some green just on the bottom. And there. And to finish this design, I'm just going to outline the cap with piping consistency royal icing. And that's the mushroom. For the gnomes, I decided to make Thanksgiving and fall designs. And I'm using a template here that I have in a protector sheet, and I'm piping directly onto the protector sheet. You can find these templates in my coffee shop. Link is in the description box under the video. That's my template shop. And these are instant digital downloads. So you can print these, and then you can use them to make your own royal icing transfers. For the transfers, I'm using icing that is about 20 to 25 second consistency. And to create different colors, I used sky blue with a touch of brown to mute it down, then leaf green with brown. I mixed it with some brown, and then orange with a little bit of brown for the pumpkin pie, and then we also have straight from a bottle orange for the pumpkin, and yellow. And I also have ivory. Ivory is really easy to make. You just need a little bit of brown, white. Oh, you should start with white, having more white, and then add a little bit of brown and yellow to make ivory. And now I'm making turkey. I think this is a really cute Thanksgiving transfer, having a little turkey. And to finish the pie, use piping consistency white royal icing. And now we can finish the turkey. So there is lots of crusting when you're doing these transfers between each section. you have to let it crust. But because these are so small, it only takes maybe five minutes or so. So it doesn't take too long to finish these from start to finish. And to finish the corn, I'm just going to add some dots. And after this, you need to let this dry completely. You can make these ahead of time and store these in an airtight container. And once dry, you can see they are really easy to remove from the acetate. And look how cute. Alright, so these are the transfers I'm going to use with my gnomes. And I'm also going to make noses as royal icing transfers. Here I'm piping onto the parchment, and this is about 20 to 25 second consistency royal icing. These also I would recommend that you make ahead of time. You could also use these to make little feet if you wanted to. And once these are dry, you can remove them from the parchment. Now let's talk about the tools that I'm using in today's tutorial. I'm using tools from 3 bundles that I created with my friend Marlene of Montreal Confections. I'm using tools from the bundle number 1, that's the one you see on the screen. Also bundle 2, that's where I got all the cutters from. This is an amazing bundle, so you guys can check it out. Link is in the description box under the video. And also we have a bundle 3 that was just released. And I'm using some of the tools from the bundle 3, like the red food color. And you can guys order these from Global Belly. You can order these individually, or you can order these as a subscription, and each month you will get a new bundle. We also share a lot of tutorials using these bundles during our lives. So you can check out our live stream as well to get some ideas on how to use these. And to make the gnome, you can see this is a familiar shape. This is a Christmas tree that I trimmed the bottom, and you can use it to make a really cute gnome. So I'm starting with the hat using orange and then piping blue polka dots into the wet base. And for the body, I decided to use brown. To make brown, you can mix red and green, or you can also mix orange and purple to get a really nice brown. And then if you want to make forest green, you can use leaf green and add brown to it. Now creating wet on wet zigzag pattern there. Let it crust and then take about 20-second consistency blue royal icing and pipe the hem. And here I started with adding all the details, and then halfway through I realized, well, I was done actually, and I realized I made a mistake. So I'm gonna show you what to do if you make a mistake like I did. I ended up scraping everything off. I used a knife to take my transfers off. Do you know, guys, what I forgot to add? A beard. He's missing a beard. So I took a knife and I removed my transfers so I could then add the beard. Alright, so now we are ready. So to make the beard, I'm using 15-second consistency white royal icing. And here you have 2 options. You can add your transfers, the nose and whatever other transfer you want to use right away, adding it onto the wet icing, or you could wait until icing dries and add it later. When you're adding it when the base is wet, your transfer is going to sink into the icing a little bit, and then let it crust for a couple minutes, and then you can add the hands using ivory royal icing. It should also be about 20-second consistency. Here is second design. In this one I decided to make striped hat. This icing is also about 15-second consistency. And they're almost done with the head here. And for the bottom, I'm using ivory colored royal icing. You need to let that crust before you add the hem. Let it dry, and then to texturize it, if you want to texturize it, you can use some of that blue royal icing at a thin layer and then use the brush and dabbing motion to create texture. And now make the beard. So I'm adding it onto the wet base, adding the hands. So for the hands, I'm just piping an oval shape, and then I'm adding a dot on the side. In this design, I'm going to create really cute plaid. I love plaid and doing plaid on cookies. It's very visual. And I'm going to use yellow and blue royal icing. And now to brighten it up, come in with yellow. And this is all done with wet on wet. You can see my lines are sinking into the brown base. So you don't want the icing to crust before you do the plaid. You want to do it right after you flood it with brown. And now we can do the bottom with blue. Now you can add beard. And here I let the icing dry so you can see what it looks like when it dries and you're adding these transfers onto the dry icing. Make the hands. And there, so that's how you can make these adorable fall / Thanksgiving inspired gnome cookies along with the cutest mushrooms. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to check out all the tools that I used for this tutorial down below in the description box. And also, if you are new to cookie decorating and would like to learn more and get updates about our weekly live streams, you can sign up for my cookie decorating newsletter. Link is also in the description box under the video. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.